Texas Podcast Massacre contains spoilers and adult language. For more horror, visit us at our website at texaspodcastmassacre.com.
Welcome to another episode of Texas Podcast Massacre, coming to you from Houston, Texas. I'm your host, Mitch, and with me, as always, is the Victoria to my Lily, Nate.
She's not touching the floor.
Was that a quote in this film?
Yes. Yes. Says she's not touching the floor. Come on. Come on.
I did okay, so I'm already getting into. I'll save this. Welcome to another episode of Texas Podcast Massacre, where each week we take a look at a different horror movie and debate a horror-related topic with our unsuspecting victim, who is usually someone we would not consider a horror fan. Nate, coming up is Mother's Day, and coincidentally, also Guer-May del Toro. That's right. It is our month-long celebration of Guillermo del Toro films, whether he produced them, directed them, made a comment about them, I guess. I don't know. I don't think we really have strong rules.
It's the classic. It's the classic saying, Mo movies, May problems.
I don't. Sure, you know what?
Classic say. You don't say that. You don't say that every year.
Mo money made problems. No, I don't think Guillermo.
No, Mo movies made problems.
Oh, but you see, Jesus,
Guillermo to Guer-May. Look, May Night Shyamalan we've already done, so we figured May. We could go with Guillermo del Toro. He's producing everything, somewhat directing things at this point. We figured we'd go back. 2 movies he produced, 2 movies that he directed, and get it from there. So a lot of classics, like modern classics in this one for sure. Very excited. Also, spoiler alert, I came up with this theme month. Actually, not very spoilery, pretty unsurprising, but still very pumped about this one. And I guess my first movie pick is knocked Lisa out. Right out of competition.
Yeah, so
on this
let's. One. Yeah, we've got a number of voicemail. I'm glad it's voicemail and reviews and stuff are picking up. In fact, we've got one. Let's just get into the voicemail real quick, Nate.
Hey, Mitch and Nate, long-time host, first-time caller Lisa here. I decided since it's Mother's Day this weekend, I was going to give myself the week off, so I'm not going to join you for this episode to review Mama. I know you guys always want me to give an unsuspecting victim view, so I'll do that because I have seen this movie. For some crazy reason, Mitch convinced me to watch it back when it first came out. And I would say this is definitely not unsuspecting victim friendly, or at least not Mama friendly for sure. So you guys enjoy talking about this first movie in Guer-May del Toro, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.
All right. Well, we'll see. I think we might we'll see if we can call her up here from her Mother's Day excursion. I really should have waited till Mother's Day to give her spa package excursion thing, because I think she ran off with it. So
interesting.
I'll learn that for next year. So yeah, so as Lisa mentioned, this week we're kicking off with Mama, which is a movie that we're going to get into. Nate, you were very excited for
Kids in Peril, the movie.
Yeah. Love mean, you and Guillermo del Toro, I feel like would be best friends, Nate. Will children be in danger? Yes. Will it all take place roughly in a Portland-esque area? Yes. Are all the locations in decrepit houses? Yes. I mean, this is it's a match made in heaven.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that part, but apparently yes. So yeah, here we are.
All right. Well, we have a lot to get into in this special Mother's Day Guer-May Thursday episode. I don't know.
Oh no. Oh,
did I ruin
no.
it? Let's Jesus. But yeah, obviously before that, let's get into a debate question.
Bid our father, the Sea King, rise from the depths full foul in his fury. Black waves teeming with salt foam to smother this young mouth with pungent slime.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, you know what? We actually don't have one prepared because we have a lot of listener stuff to talk about because we want to talk about the things that y'all are sharing with us. Nate, let's go. I think we got a Facebook message recently, and I don't know. How do you
look? Well, this is how I describe it. This is a thing playing on the terrible Avengers movies that I'm actually interested in. So that should be intriguing.
Okay,
right
hold on.
there.
Before we get into this real quick, Nate, I mean, the reviews for Doctor Strange are basically Doctor Strange is in a Evil Dead film. Like, it's more of an Evil Dead film than a Marvel film. Does that pique your interest into wanting to see the new Doctor Strange film? Because we all know Lisa's all in for it. She's ready.
Well, I mean, yeah, but like, are there any actual deaths in the movie? Because correct me if I'm wrong, but in the Evil Dead movies, main characters actually die. Is that going to happen in this one?
Good. We'll find out. We will find out. All right, but look,
exactly.
But look, so if you follow us on our Facebook page, and you should, as well as everywhere else we are, free plug. Let's see. Sal posted this wonderful picture of the Murderverse, and
intriguing.
Oh my goodness!
For sure.
I think what really is it's a very well done picture, except for maybe the inexplicable Chucky head on Spider-Man's body. Like everyone else is just very randomly put.
I actually like that quite a bit.
Yeah, Pennywise.
It looks so hilarious.
Pennywise is on the Hulk's. There's a lot to decompress in this single picture. Nate, I mean, talk to me about it. Okay, so the Murderverse. Just from the poster alone, are you in on this?
I might actually be. Okay. I might actually be in on this. Now, basically, there's enough characters where, like, the list of the characters, like in the billing on top of the poster, right, like a movie poster, is basically like going to a music festival. There's just so many things happening. Sure. My one main critique, Leprechaun on the second line, that's obviously top billing person, and Leprechaun in the bottom right corner, just hilariously. It's the raccoon guy from Guardians of the Galaxy. I think he's supposed to be.
Oh my god! Yes, that's
the raccoon guy. Other than Leprechaun getting short shrift, that's too easy of a joke. Very intrigued by this one. Jason is the Thanos-y character.
Yeah, that's right. So,
which I like. He cannot die, basically. Physically imposing. I like that. Michael Myers is Iron Man. You have Jigsaw's head just poking out. Jigsaw's head poking out. The Nun is like floating in outer space by the Earth. It's incredible. It's
okay. So if you match it to the actual poster, right? So the Nun. We'll see if this one makes sense from what you know the Marvel characters. So the Nun is actually in the place of oh goodness, like not Scarlet Witch, but a Vision. And in fact, Annabelle is on Scarlet Witch. So you got the Wandaverse sticking together, and those two characters are kind of tied together. So I actually
okay,
well done. Yeah, Jigsaw is Doctor Strange in this picture.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know about Michael Myers as Iron Man. My instinct is to say,
is that like Hannibal Lecter? Is that Hannibal?
Ooh,
Lecter,
Hannibal
maybe?
would have been good. Good Iron Man. I think that would have been a good pick right there. I think they're wrong for. I'm blanking on the character's name from Black Panther. They put Pinhead on the door. Malachi. I'm like, because they're bald in the picture.
Because they're both bald. They're both bald.
Solid. All right. So Pinhead's there.
Is that the one played by Jada Pinkett Smith? Hey.
Oh my God.
Who is the Terrifier supposed to be?
Terrifier. That's Black Widow. Black Widow. Yes.
I don't. Yeah. It's it looks like Leatherface is Chris Pratt, which looks interesting to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with that one. There's the main actor from Get Out is in there, but isn't he also in the Black Panther movie?
From what, Candyman? Or what are you talking about?
No, on the very right side.
Okay. Daniel
Kaluuya is a character. I don't know which character, but he's in the Black Panther movie.
Yeah, he's is
that Don Cheadle?
Yeah.
Okay, he's Don Cheadle. All right.
Yeah.
I'm not hating this.
I like how Sam is Groot.
From Trick or Treat. That's fantastic. Yeah. The Salem's Lot vampire is Dave Bautista from Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know the characters' names. That one's very good. Also,
Drax,
this is
the Destroyer.
This is surprisingly, and then Pennywise as the Hulk is absolutely terrifying. These are solid.
Admit it. Okay, so yeah, they put Hannibal Lecter on Black Panther's sister, which I agree. I think Hannibal as Iron Man instead of Michael Myers. I also would have maybe put Michael Myers as Thanos instead of Jason. Michael Myers is like the ultimate killer, right? I mean, Jason just keeps getting his ass kicked all.
Jason could be like a Draxy character.
Yeah. I can see Jason.
It's like just like more or less like point him in a direction, and then that's it. Right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad a Human Centipede not involved, but that's just me.
I'm okay now.
Wait, hold on. Couldn't the plant from Little Shop of Horrors have been Groot?
Oh, that would have been. That would have been.
Come on.
But
I'm trying to think like better ones.
But who is in the bottom? Who is in the bottom left, right next to Pennywise?
That's Ash. That's Ash.
Okay, Ash doesn't belong here.
He's not really a villain.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I get.
He does get possessed at one point.
Okay, well, Mia would have been a better pick there. Frankly, we're gonna do that. Same thing with okay. I guess I don't know. Are we spoiling the Saw franchise for people? I was gonna say
absolutely not.
The girl in the exploding but not in the first one, but in subsequent she's a villain.
It's fine.
You haven't seen Saw 2 by now. I don't know what to tell you.
We already rated it. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
All right. Well, anyway, this is a great. I thought
I wanted. What if the Scarlet Witch was Carrie? These are easy ones.
Yeah, Annabelle. I get it. The reason Carrie's right? Missing. Carrie's not representing this. Okay, that's a good one.
Come on. And she's obviously in red everywhere. That's easy. The lady from Orphan would have been good in here somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot. There's some missed ones.
Yeah.
Where's Jaws?
Where's Jaws?
Can you put Jaws in here?
Where are
Which
the birds from
most Jaws like?
Yeah.
Which well, I guess that's like that's your one movie you like a lot. Doesn't it have
Jaws is
shark character?
Look, this is all phase 3, right? Jaws will be in phase 4. The Murderverse phase 4.
Okay, got it. Isn't that movie like Suicide Squad have like a shark person?
Yeah, but that's not Marvel.
No, I know. I'm just saying, but like a shark person's already been done. Maybe they can't.
Yeah. And the shark King Shark or whatever is badass. So.
Well, then I guess the Xenomorph should be in here too. Who's got a really smooth, long, smooth, flat head in the Marvel universe? This is where I'll lean on your expertise.
Oh, man, I don't know. Who's Samuel Jackson? Like, where's his character at?
Couldn't the Babadook have been somebody? Oh man, there's so many. There's so many now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah,
I mean, I put the Babadook ahead of. Yeah, Annabelle and the Nun are just easy misses in that one. I
don't know. Even Jack Torrance is. I get it. It's The Shining, but.
I mean, Samara could be in here. Where's Samara at?
Yeah,
I mean,
where's the J horror at? Exactly.
Samara could have been a great one for
instead of the Nun. We got too much Wandaverse, and that's because we have two people, and then we already have two. That's too many. I feel like.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, there's too much.
The Nun,
Annabelle,
the Nun has
Jigsaw,
not heard
another the third villain from like Saw 2, like the third tier villain. Yeah, that's too much Juan.
And even Terrifier is, of all of them, right? Like these are all mainstream ones, except for like I feel like Terrifier. Like Terrifier is certainly one for like you really gotta be a horror fan to have seen that one, because that's not one that a casual or an unsuspecting, certainly no unsuspecting victim has watched Terrifier willingly.
Yeah, the cover of that, like the poster of the movie basically guarantees, right?
Don't get me wrong. My sister terrified of clowns. You best believe I send her a picture of Terrifier like once a week. Last
thing that's missing is Leprechaun. I feel like Leprechaun could get moved somewhere else, and the raccoon person could be Black Phillip, because there's no Robert Eggers in this. And there's got to be Robert Eggers. So I'm assuming raccoon to goat, not that big of a jump, right?
I'm going to say yes, but I really don't know how to respond to that.
Raccoons and goats are basically the same genus. So, right. The scientists weigh in on this one, but
all right, well,
no, it was a very cool. This was a thought provoking. This is the closest I've ever been excited about an Avengers movie, was seeing this picture. So thank you, Sal, for sending that in.
Yeah, Sal, really appreciate it. Again, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and come join.
Is there a civil war with all the final girls?
Oof. Yeah, you know what? You know what? That could be good. A Final Girls poster. I mean, I know there's that could be a good. There you go.
Sigourney
Weaver, get in before someone else does.
Jamie Lee Curtis, Neve Campbell.
We've got another voicemail, Nate. I want to pivot to. I want to hear. We've got another question. And I think it's from
Jennifer Love Hewitt. I mean, the list is never.
That's ending. The winner right there. At least it's not around, right? She's still going. All right, that's the winner right there. She gets front billing. She's the Iron Man position in the poster.
Okay, got it.
In my head.
Lisa's never gonna listen to this. You're fine.
Yeah, she's not listening to the Mama episode. I should be
good.
You're
fine.
All right, we've got a voicemail again from good friend of the show, Victor. Let's hear what Victor has to say.
Hey guys, it's Victor. Hope you all are doing well. First of all, I was wondering. I think I got a good question. If you were to be dropped into any horror universe, your choice, which one are you picking, and which one do you think you're going to survive? Also, I apologize to Lisa about the Texas podcast thing, but to be fair, I am all the way Team Nate and Team Basement. All right. Love you guys. Bye.
Is this the greatest voicemail we've ever gotten?
Wait, hold on. I like that the apology was to Lisa, but then the reasoning was, because I'm Team Nate and Team Basement. That is
unrelated, but very topical.
Unrelated, not needed. Victor, come on now. Hey, look, we're past this. Okay, I think we've long established.
Is it too easy for me to answer? Is it too easy for me to answer this question by saying the Leprechaun universe, and I'm the Leprechaun's helper.
The Leprechaun's helper.
The Leprechaun goes.
What does that job entail? What
okay,
could
this
that
is what happens.
possibly be?
This is what happens in every Leprechaun movie. There's an innocent person. The Leprechaun goes past, and they're like, "Where's me gold?" And they're like, "I don't. What are you talking about?" Also, you look hilarious. And then he murders them, and because they don't know anything, he goes next. I just go this. I go, I don't know where your gold is. I will help you. Like, I will help you navigate Las Vegas to get your gold faster, right? Like, I will go into the terrible basement of an old house and like take a 4-leaf clover off something and give you a piece of gold. Like, I will be your helper. Kind of like a familiar for like vampires kind of deal. I would do that for a leprechaun. Probably wouldn't die. So there's that.
All right. So your strategy for survival is to basically join.
I work with the leprechaun.
Yeah.
I'm just like, hey, do you need like a number 2? Like, you need an assistant manager of like trying to get this gold back? Like, I'll help you out, no problem.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know where to go with that.
Beat that, Mitch.
Well, I mean, look, I probably rightly or maybe not, but I severely underestimate my chances in most horror films where the option is more than just like, hey, you see that rundown house? Don't go in it. Roll credits, right? Like, so for my
there are some like films where it's very location dependent. So if you can get out of that location,
right? Oh, 40 people have been murdered in this house. I guess I'm probably not going to move my family in there.
No, we already got a mortgage. Sorry. Already got the mortgage. Look, the rates just went up. So you got to stay.
How would the rates go up if you found more?
No, I mean, just now, like today, like all the rates went up. So I'm saying like, we just bought at the wrong time. Rates are high. I got to stay. So,
yeah, I mean,
but think about this. Okay. Say you leave, your credit rating takes a hit. Isn't that like starting of a horror movie all in of itself?
No.
It's a sadder, different type of horror movie.
I feel like, look, I mean, I'll tell you this right now. Puppet Master franchise, I would just wreck shop in because first off, it's puppets. We'll get into it if Nate ever like mans up and watches one of these films.
I will when we have our puppet month or whatever I'm calling it.
Puppets are the worst subgenre of horror films because none of them are scary. Like,
well, they're all supernatural, so it doesn't matter what anything.
They're not necessarily
right?
supernatural, but like, here's the thing, right? For a puppet to be truly scary, it has to like have telekinesis and basically be a ghost. Like the puppet is just creepy looking, right? The actual movies where the puppet like moves, like so Chucky is a serial killer in a doll's body, right? Puppet Master are actually moving things that go off, and you're gonna outrun these things. Even me, out of shape me, is gonna outrun these little puppets, right? It's not a hard thing to do. I feel like any of those type of films, I'd be fine. It's the Chucky universe. Great. I mean,
okay. All right. So let me reverse this.
Okay.
What's the one you would die in like instantly?
Well, I would look, let's be real. I think everyone in general is a little too like, I could do great in a zombie apocalypse. No, you couldn't. I think the lesson of those is that no one does great in them. There's just too many numbers. So I would die instantly in a zombie film. I feel like the one that I would just take matters into my own hands. It's probably like Alien. Like if you're in a spaceship with a xenomorph running around, like, you know what? We know how this is going to work out. I'm just going to just jettison myself out of the airlock and just call it a day.
I'm just going to hit fast forward on this movie.
Yeah. Look, and I say that, and I know full well, because guess what? There's a video game, Alien Isolation. Terrifying game.
It's fantastically good.
Never beat it, because at the final point where like the alien starts like chasing you down, it was like, oh yeah, no, I'm just dying every time. Like Just don't
And
even.
you're scared. It's awesome. It's
I was
great.
just
It's a
like,
great game.
I'm dead. I'm done. You know.
I did beat it, but I had to have to take breaks in that one occasionally. Just like, yeah,
I was
keep
just
getting
like
stabbed with a tail, like looking down, going. Ugh.
Yeah,
And I played it with a hacked VR. It was
oh
like
no, that
people got VR to work on PC. Oh my god, what a yikes!
Yeah.
I would say that the It Follows universe is like the worst universe to be in.
For you,
Is the person? For anybody, the person just comes for you forever. That sucks.
you know, it's been a while since I've seen the movie, but can't you pass that off, right? Isn't that the whole point?
Yeah, but then they just go after that person and kill them.
Yeah, but that's fine. But yeah, you pass
again.
it off and then you're done. So I feel like you could.
No, you're not done. When that person gets killed, then it's back to you. It's down the chain.
Oh, that's right. You see, I knew there was some like weird. It's been a while since I've seen that one. Yeah.
So that one is just horrific because
you think you're like, it's not The Ring where like once they watch it, you're in the clear. This one they could come back.
Exactly.
That's worse.
And actually, for you and I, The Ring is perfect. We're getting people to watch terrible movies forever. I mean, that is probably our ideal scenario.
Like we're besties with Samara or Sadako or whatever, right? Like we're
We're
basically
that one,
like keeping her
that one
fed.
Yeah, so. if the Leprechaun wouldn't have me, I would say in the Ring universe it would be my second.
I like
choice.
that even in this ridiculous scenario, you entertain the possibility that the Leprechaun would be like, I don't think this is going to work out, Nate.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think the Leprechaun's got pretty exacting standards, so I'm not sure. Anyway, great question, Victor.
Keep them coming, Victor.
Yeah,
this is great. But you're also
can you answer
wrong
for
about
Lisa? Can you answer for Lisa on this one?
Okay, so I can probably answer
anything supernatural, anything like supernatural. She's out.
Anything with like ghosts
in the Conjuring
demons.
universe, like she just like covers her ears and just like gets murdered. It's
yeah. I mean, I think she would certainly pick one of those ones where it's like, if I have a chance to not even get in this situation, then I'm in that one, right? So
like Amityville, you just get out of the house,
like the host in that universe, right? Like any of these, like, hey, I'm gonna go with the dark web and look at. She's like, no, right? I think she, yeah.
Okay.
I was actually,
right.
I would also
fair.
say she probably feel. I bet she would say the escape room universe.
Interesting,
because I think just her love of escape rooms, I feel like she may feel she'd have a better shot there.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Nice.
But yeah, in terms of like the worst ones for her, it would be any of like The Conjuring, Mama would probably be the worst one. That one for her.
Yeah, Mama, the movie of the week. Yeah.
Exactly. Any of those, I think she'd be like, if there's a demon involved, I think she's out.
Okay.
All right. Well, look, Victor, thank you so much. If you want to leave us a voicemail, give us a call at 346-246-3143. That's 346-246-3143. Call us. Let us know what you got. Also, make sure to leave us those 5-star reviews. You can leave them at Apple Podcasts. I just remembered you can do this. You can leave us a 5-star review on Facebook. And those count. Those count. We'll take them all. Nate, we have a new review on Apple Podcasts.
Oh, interesting.
Now, I gotta say, I'm taking a lot of L's in this episode. First from Victor, who I thought me and him were tight, and now find out we're not, and that's I'll learn to live. But Stacy Bryan, 621, thank you, Stacy and or Brian, or both. I don't know. Left us this review, and I'll read it, and then I'll pause for your comments, Nate. Okay. New listener for a few weeks. A few notes. 1, Mitch's regular laugh is almost as bad as the Elmo laugh. They aren't far off.
So they're both amazing. Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. That's my comment on that one.
Okay, that's the end of the review.
Okay, so which Elmo movie are we reviewing? What's happening?
I know, right? My laugh is something. That's not a few notes. That is a single note. So I'm going to assume, Stacey, this has not been finished.
You haven't even done the Elmo laugh yet.
I mean, why work hard? Work smarter, not harder, Nate. If my regular laugh is just as good, I don't ever have to go to the Elmo well again.
The Elmo well is
like that. I mean,
if the Elmo well existed, that's the one Samara would not go down. Like, oh God, no thanks. I'm gonna find a different well. Hold
on. Could you just imagine you pick up the phone? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 days. Click. That would be incredible.
God. The letter of the week is C for Creep City. Jesus Christ.
All right. Well, look, Stacey Bryan 621.
No, that's not the end of the review. Jeez, you joker.
No, it is the end of the review.
No, Nate. I'm looking at it.
It's
Number one.
It's not showing up on my thing. Look, I'm gonna take a screenshot.
It shows up on my thing. It shows up on
mine. Okay, Apple, fix your shit.
That was number one. Okay. That was number one. Number two, the basement is the worst. Everyone knows this.
Boom. Stacey Bryan.
They say Team Basement, but I think they meant Team Attic. Only a couple of weeks. That's not your fault. So firmly Team Attic. Attic is better than Basements. Basements are the worst. This is why I thought you brought this one up. Also has a recommendation for Lisa specifically. Classic horror film, Slither. It's fun. It's well acted. It isn't going to give you nightmares. I don't know about that one for Lisa. We'll see. It's my favorite movie of all time. Love the show. 5 stars.
I swear to God, it literally
Mitch went from being offended to having a best friend in the span of 3 sentences.
I am sharing my screen with Nate right now because I refuse to be called a liar on this. Look, Nate, what do you see? What do you see on this review here?
I don't know.
It just says it just has the one point.
It is cut off. It's cut off for you. I don't know.
But I'll tell you what. This was a very pleasant surprise. I'm very happy. I was surprised by this wonderful 5-star review. Stacey Bryan 61.
Slither on the list.
So much. Slither's on the list and coming up. I honestly, I know I've seen it. I can't remember if I've had Lisa watch it. It's got Nathan Fillion in it, so that should help with the pitch.
And it is part of the Nate Tyrion collection as well. Yeah. So
and I remember Lisa liking The Thing, so I think we'll be pleasantly surprised, but I could obviously be wrong. But yeah, point number 2, the basement is the worst. Everyone knows this. Team Basement, yeah.
Team
Attic, and that's good.
Yeah,
I know
that's fair.
we somehow created the most confusing
Team Jacob versus Team Edward. It's the one you like the most that you think the other one's worse. It's confusing. Who made this up? Who made this up?
Right? Some dumbasses.
Not me.
Sincerely, thank you very much for the 5-star review. We really appreciate it. We'll get Slither up on the line right after Guer-May del Toro. I don't think we can break out of this. Nate would cry, I think, if we
I would.
Yeah. So if you want to hear Nate cry, give us another 5-star review.
That'd be some May showers right there. Not great.
Boo. I don't like that. With that said, again, TX Pod Massacre, Twitter, Texas Podcast Massacre, everywhere else. Texas Podcast Massacre at gmail.com. All right, Nate, we've had a lot of fun and we haven't even talked about the movie. So let's get into this week's movie of the week, Mama.
Victoria and Lily were found in deplorable conditions. Their parents gone, alone in the wilderness for at least 5 years.
Hey, Victoria.
How they survived is unexplainable.
I'm your daddy's brother. Remember Uncle Luke?
With a loving family environment, Victoria and Lily have a real chance at a normal life.
You sure about this?
Nope.
Hey, girls.
I'm Annabelle. You can call me that, or whatever you like.
There's no way these girls are ready for this. And there is no way that I'm ready for this.
How have they been affected?
They talk to the walls.
And what did they say?
Mama.
'It'll get better. Promise.
ghost is an emotion bent out of shape, condemned to repeat itself time and time again.
Where is she now? Is she here in this house?
Mama, stop it! You promised!
Where's Mama, Victoria?
Creepy.
Yeah, it's a feast for the senses here. Nate, do you want to? Well, you know, I mean, I'll give the elevator pitch. I'll give it a whack at it.
Yeah.
Mama is, I don't know about it's whoever pitched this was going through something. Going through a rough time. It's about two kids that were abandoned in the woods thanks to their crazy dad who lost it all.
Yeah.
And decided to murder everybody, and we're just going to gloss over that for the bulk of this film.
Yeah.
And then his twin brother finally finds these kids after 5 years.
You know they're different twins because one has a beard. That's how you know.
Oh, that's it. There you go. Nate's cracked
how you
it.
know.
And they don't just bring home two kids. There's a third wheel coming. It's really a movie about co-parenting, I think. And really about making that plunge into suburbia as I and Lisa have done. So it's, you know, it hits on the feels. Nate, did you see this movie when it was in theaters?
I did not actually.
Okay, yeah. Lisa and I somehow, as Lisa mentioned, I talked her into this movie.
That's a good one. All right. So
this was
unsuspecting victim.
This was pre-children. I'll tell you this right now. I feel like she would hate this even more now. And she was not a fan when we saw it originally. So Nate, what can you tell us about Mama?
Yeah. Mama, which is the prequel to Y Tu Mama Tambien.
Oh, of course. Makes sense.
But obviously both by either produced or directed by acclaimed Mexican directors. No, Mama from 2013, PG-13 film. You don't get to do that very often. It's a tight 60 minutes, 6.2 in IMDb, which is not terrible. The director is Andy Muschietti or Andreas Muschietti, guys from Argentina. Shout out to Argentina. You might have remembered him from previous episode, It Chapter 2. He did direct Mama in 2008, a 3-minute short film that helped get this movie made, obviously. So that worked out well. He went from Mama, the short film, to Mama, to It Chapter 2. That was in post-production on The Flash. So there you go. Mama, It, Flash. So there you go, Mitch. I figured you'd be about that.
There's something.
But you might not be about it as much as his next movie, the feature adaptation of Attack on Titan. That's right. This guy is directing Attack on Titan.
Ooh.
And I know you like Attack on Titan, the anime.
That is good luck to you, man. I don't know. I don't know how you're going to make a live action version of that anywhere satisfying. Like there's too it's the problem with any of those anime things. There's too much shit to try to pack into an hour and a half, 2-hour film.
Well, it could either be as satisfying as It Part 1 or It Part 2. which way is it going to go? Hopefully It Part 1. But yeah, anyway, this guy has absolutely exploded. So yeah, there's that. The main actress in this is Jessica Chastain. Jessica Chastain from future, not Guer-May del Toro this year episode, but maybe next future year. Crimson Peak. which is a solid horror film. I remember her as Beverly Marsh, the older version in the aforementioned It Chapter 2. So she is, I guess, liked by Guillermo del Toro, who produced this movie and funded most of it as well, and Andy Muschietti. So yeah, she's there in those. The main actor is Nikolaj Coster-Waldau, who everyone will know as Jaime Lannister from Game of Thrones. Horus in the hilariously terrible Gods of Egypt, which I highly recommend everyone watch because it's so terrible. Loved it. He was in actually a very good movie. It's more of a thriller than a horror movie, but Headhunters. Highly recommend Headhunters if you want to see Nikolaj doing some great acting in that one. And yeah, there's more people in this, but I don't really care. So yeah, there you go. Let's just get into it. Let's just get into. Oh, yes, taglines. A mother's love is forever, and they've come home, but not alone. Ooh, that second one is real good.
You like the second one, really? I
like come home, but not alone. Home Alone reference. It ties in perfectly. I mean, come on.
No, the first one's not better.
No, I like the second one personally.
All right. Man, this movie's something else. Where do you want to start with this one? Nate, what were you? Okay, so you say you didn't. So is this the first time you've watched this movie?
No, I've seen it before.
Okay. So this is based off the short film. Did you watch the short film?
No, I've not seen the short film. It's 3 minutes long. So
okay, I don't know. Is it like available anywhere? I meant to actually watch it before we recorded.
I actually did not check. That is it's good.
It looks like it's on YouTube. So.
Okay,
that's fun. We
watch Mom on YouTube.
Make sure to go watch that. I mean, I think it's just creepy, same creepiness, probably less budget creepiness. My guess is that it actually looks like a little bit of the scene kind of toward the end there in the house where she's running around. Yeah. I'm looking at stills from it. It's a less expensive look. Like she's wearing just like a normal, like, nightgown type of deal, but she's doing like the weird, like creepy bend. What did you think? I mean, just overall, what are your initial thoughts from watching this movie?
So I just thought of it now, and the theme song of this should have been instead of Mother, should have been Mama. Yeah. Mama, tell your children not to wear glasses. No, nothing.
I did laugh when she finally got her glasses on and she's like, stopped being feral for 5 minutes. Like, oh, of course she can't see without her glasses. Yeah. So,
yeah, that was. See, I was gonna tie my wolf mother thing or whatever into that, and then you stole it from me. So that was the second part. That was the punchline. God damn it!
Everything's coming up, Millhouse.
You know what? I'm done. I'm done talking about this movie. No, okay. No. It's this movie's good because you don't often see a ghost apparition-y kind of thing that can impact the physical world, like helping people. You don't often see that. You see that in this movie, which I do appreciate. Yeah. Obviously the dad kills his coworkers, kills the mother of his children, takes the children, gets in a car crash, just starts walking randomly into the woods with them, has no plan, finds a cabin, breaks some chairs, lights a fire, is going to shoot his daughter in the back of the head. Yeah. Watching this as a parent is way worse.
Yeah.
Is way worse. And then Mama, the ghost, kills him. So then they're raised by Mama. They get found. They're feral. I mean, this is definitely, this pulls on the heartstrings of a parent for sure. Yeah, I mean, I noticed that immediately just watching this, like, oh no, I've seen other kids get murdered in other movies since having kids, but this one in particular definitely hit a little different. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a harder movie to watch if you've had kids, particularly when we get to the talking through the ending. But
yeah, they did, which means it did a great job of setting up the characters. The kids have their own personalities, are believable to, considering the supernatural circumstances. Jessica Chastain is really good in this one, I would say.
Yeah.
And she's a good actress in general. I mean, obviously she's like, a very well-known, popular actress. Jamie Lannister does a fairly good job. There's not that many characters in the movie, to be honest. They do a lot with a little. And yeah, I mean, I think it works pretty well. I didn't go over it, but the budget was $15 million. I think the majority was funded by Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, I had read that.
Box office was $146 million, of which you guys were apparently part of. So made 10 times its money, basically.
We try.
Yep, and did really well. Yeah, I mean, I know, and it came out in January too, which is just like not a prime, everyone heading to the box office type month too, right?
Right.
That was kind of like when they would sneak the horror films in around the holidays, like Scream was saying, like around Christmas time, like they would do that kind of stuff. They still kind of do it, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, it was huge. It was a huge movie at the time. I would love a Mama too, to be honest, but I think the first one probably sits alone on itself. But yeah, it was great. I mean, 2 kids, one's super feral, one's mostly feral. Then give her glasses and she's
Will Ferrell
transformed. It's like a reverse She's All That. When she took off her glasses and She's All That, everyone was like, "Oh my God, you're amazing." This was, you put on your glass. It was a reverse She's All That, basically. Yeah. And once you reverse She's All That, she was doing that. She started liking Jessica Chastain, liking it. Mama didn't take too kindly to her liking her new surroundings. You have a child psychologist who's really only in it for himself, who knows the whole setup of what's happening and doesn't tell anyone.
Yeah, no bueno.
Yeah, not great. You get murdered. There's an asylum. That's a little much at this point. Like an insane asylum, something happened. You know what I mean? Like it's a little much.
Yeah.
And Jessica Chastain in this one, I mean, she was in Mama and Zero Dark 30 in the same year.
Was it the same year? Oh yeah.
Yeah, same year, man. Pretty solid year at the box office for her.
Now
so yeah, I don't know.
Now she's in all like the Jurassic World, so I know you're thrilled about that.
God. Why can't the volcano that destroyed the dinosaurs just destroy that franchise? Can't we just be done with it? Anyway, so what are your thoughts? So I would say well acted, story really tugged as a parent, especially at the heartstrings. The kids were really good. Yeah, I mean that's mine. But what do you think about this one?
Yeah, I mean I agree largely with all what you said. I do think the acting is really good. I mean, even Lannister over here did all right considering he's in a coma for half the film.
I know. He just conveniently like I gotta. Well,
okay.
I gotta go back and do reshoots for season 4 of Game of Thrones. Okay, well you're in a coma now.
Well, it's really interesting too.
I don't know if that's what happened or not.
Because I feel like he was a big part of the marketing for this film. And then he's like kind of hardly in it. And I remember just being kind of mad about it. And then later on, I was like, I'm an idiot because this is a movie called Mama. And I'm upset that like Jamie Lannister's not in it as much. Like it's weird.
Jessica Chastain. I mean, that's all you really need.
To be fair, she did great. Yeah, I mean, look, the kids are creepy. That opening scene where they discover them in the cabin and they're like doing the creepy walk. But there's like, I don't think there's any CGI. I think they're just whoever they got to do the movements or whatever, just it's all natural and it's creepy. Really sort of sets the tone for everything. I liked it. I think at least on my second time watching it, I don't know if I just forgot about like the whole start of the film, which is this starts right around 2008 after all the financial depression there, and it starts with his brother like murdering his business partners and his wife, and there's a part of me that's kind of like, okay, I don't even know they need to bring a new mama into this whole scenario. Like they had a potential ghost mama.
The kids are messed up enough. The kids are messed up enough with just this stuff happening.
Yeah, like
what else needs to happen?
We got mamas fighting over these kids, and none of them are their kids. Like the ghost is like, it's not my kid. It's I don't know. I was struck by that a little bit more this time around. Would have been, maybe there should have been like a big ghost fight at the end, right? Like their mama showed up as a ghost to come back. I don't know. The backstory and mystery around who mama actually is kind of weird. Is maybe
that's probably the part I least liked.
Yeah,
was like the backstory. She was in an asylum. The nuns tried to take her kid. She murdered one and jumped off a cliff.
Yeah, because
But I mean, like, I don't know. But that is very consistent with Guillermo del Toro's movies.
Yeah,
Devil's Backbone is almost exclusively about that with the war and everything. So it's very similar to the way that Crimson Peak, I guess, with Jessica Chastain too, has like similar stuff with the ghosts, like people get murdered and the ghosts stay. So it's very on brand for that, but it's just it was very meh. Like the mystery was barely anything in the movie.
And I think they added maybe a little. They took it a step further than they really needed to. Like I think Ghost gets taken away or loses a kid and is like wandering the woods and finds these other kids and wants to take care of. It's fine, because the problem that I have with like adding this whole thing about the ghost wanting to jump the ledge with them is like. Is that your new thing for like when the movie's gone overboard? Like instead of jump the shark, you jump the ledge. Jump the ledge, maybe.
You just jump the ledge. We're gonna start using that.
She took her sweet ass time doing this, and that was her ultimate goal. I don't watch it again. I'm like, you could have done this like years ago and gotten what you wanted.
But why is it never the little baby who's the ghost? Why can't a baby be a ghost? Pretty traumatic for that baby, don't you think?
It's the same reason why all ghosts are like
the baby died from jumping off a huge cliff too. What, the baby can't be a ghost? What? I mean, is like your brain formation related to your ghostliness? That doesn't make any sense. What are we talking about? There should have been a baby ghost. I want to see a baby ghost. I want to see a ghost who can't walk yet. Can't walk yet, but can float. What if the ghost was crawling? Would that not be the creepiest thing you've ever seen? Like crawling off the floor, floating. Come on. This is the darkest Casper movie that's ever been pitched. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not gonna Guillermo del Toro fund that whole movie idea, is what you're saying.
No, I'm
Oh, okay.
Sorry to burst your
your loss. It's gonna get 10 times its money at the box office.
Yeah. I think Guillermo del Toro is looking for I don't really care so much about the story. Just all I need to know is our children. Like, I think if you imagine Shark Tank with Guillermo del Toro, Nate.
That's like that actually is awesome.
I want to know, how cool is your monster gonna look?
Okay, yeah, and Mama is okay.
How many children are in danger? It's got to be more than 2.
All of them.
2 plus.
All of them. Yep.
He's not here for a single kid trauma. He wants all of them.
Yeah, why? That's a waste
exactly.
of time.
And then again, needs to be in like some decrepit house or the woods or something. Yeah. That's
My movie can include all those things. Yep. I have no problems with that.
You can shoot on location now. You even got that going for you.
I can. There's been some horror movies filmed around here, which will be future episodes. Wink. No, I mean, look, you know what my horror movie would be? Yeah. Imagine if Hook was just the kids go to Neverland and that is just straight up like getting stalked the entire time.
Jesus.
But instead of like instead of like hook, like whatever, crocodiles and whatnot. No, the killer's got a hook and they're just coming after you, like Cropsy style.
So Candyman's let's
Cropsy. No, but it's more like Cropsy Jason-y style, right? Like you're in the woods, you're this mystical great. That's great. This person is gonna hunt you down. Like that would be incredible. Also,
Jesus.
As I say that, Mama like shook me a lot more as a parent. Then I'm just gonna pitch that movie. So.
Right.
Yeah, but no, it's tell me about the kid danger in this. Like, did you feel it?
Well, I mean, not really until kind of the end, right? Because Mama's protective of them. And again, that's kind of why I thought it was weird that like the end of it is like, oh, now I'm gonna just like chunk myself off with the kids over a cliff. Like you've been protecting them this whole time. I don't know. I feel like it should have been a little different than just trying to recreate her running away off with the kid. I get it. Don't get me wrong, but it didn't. I think to that point, the kids don't really ever feel in danger until like the very last bit, and even then, they're both the kids are kind of like, all right. One doesn't really want to do it anymore, but the other one's like, I'm all in this. Like, I ride or die. Let's do this. We jumping? Come on.
Yeah.
So
now this movie was filmed at the same time on the same studio in Toronto as Pacific Rim. And Guillermo del Toro was like on set, helping them out and producing and blah, blah, whatever. So if you had to pick Pacific Rim or this movie, which one would you pick?
This movie in a heartbeat.
Really? You don't like Pacific Rim at all?
No.
Oh,
sorry, worst live action Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Oh, this is incredible. At TX Pod Massacre, Texas Podcast Massacre at gmail.com.
I feel like I will be vindicated on that.
You'll be vindicated for that?
No one who
346-246-3143.
In my life, I have never heard one person say they liked Pacific Rim. I like
Pacific Rim.
Oh my! You are such a contrarian.
It is in the Naterian collection. I do like the movie.
Yeah, you know what? Those same people are also the ones that watch Gretel and Hansel. So please feel free. Come at me. I
still haven't seen it.
Come at me, bro.
If you want to get back at Mitch for his bad Pacific Rim take, give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or podcast platform of your choice.
Will be
let us know and pick Gretel and Hansel as the movie. Just heads up on that.
Oh, you pick. Look, it's gonna take more than that, and you better be accompanied with a voicemail. I want to hear whoever gives us that. Better have that voicemail lined up.
Mitch wants to I have like a blind rage like energy beam. I want to aim at something. Like I need something tangible, like a voice. Or send a picture of yourself. I don't know. Then Mitch can turn. I don't know what you're asking for, but it would be hilarious. Either way,
come at me, bro. All right. So anyway,
either way.
No, but yeah, overall, there's good. I'm trying to think. Any particular scenes that really worked for you? Like I said, for me, I really loved when they first find the kids. I thought that was very creepy and probably one of the creepier scenes in the whole
Fantastic.
film.
On top of the fridge or whatever. They're both hiding
and then how like the younger girl gets like crawls underneath, like they're both like
incredible stuff. And that little girl couldn't really speak English at all.
Yeah.
So they didn't give her very many lines. Obviously, she was the more feral one in the story, so it worked out nicely. Yeah. But like the way they crawled around and stuff, it was really good. And the way obviously that woman or that little girl went with the mother ghost woman was very sad. I mean, these kids were, I would say the kids in this movie were just so good.
Yeah.
That really is something I didn't get from watching it, the previous time.
Yeah.
The kids are good in this. They act very well, which is not always the case. I know sometimes we're just like, this kid's terrible. These ones were not. They were extremely well done. Obviously, then right after this, to go to it, I mean, then directing kids well again. This guy's just really good at directing kids, I guess, to be in horror films. I mean, this guy's crushing it. I mean, is some of the most children in danger you can possibly get, right? In terms of film of recent times. So, I mean, yeah, it's this guy's got a niche, which he's now breaking out of with Flash and Attack on Titan. But yeah, Attack
on Titan will have children in danger. I mean, they're more teens, but still children in danger, so don't you worry.
Teen, boo. Can they vote? Can they vote yet? I mean, come on.
Oh my god. I don't know. I'm trying to think. What are the other scenes?
I mean, the scenes where Jessica Chastain is just like, I'm falling apart.
Yeah,
we're pretty good. Which is a couple. She's like, I used to be in a rock band, quit a rock band. That sounded okay-ish. And yeah, and then her boyfriend is just in a coma, like instantaneously.
Right.
These kids are there. Pretty, I mean, the scenes with her were solid because, she's just a good actress in general. So that was nice. There's a terrible in-law, who gets murdered. Meh.
I like how
side plot is meh.
I love how she's a terrible in-law because she has the audacity to like want to take care of these kids because she doesn't think an artist and a rock musician person who clearly at the time doesn't want to have kids. And she's 20. Like, I love how they put her as like, she's like somehow, she almost feels almost as bad as Mama in some points in this movie. It's real funny to me. Like, the audacity to want to take care of these kids.
How dare you?
Right.
How dare you use your money to make these kids' lives better?
How dare I want to get these kids away from the brother of the person who murdered my niece and a whole bunch of people. We really just like skipped over that in this film, and there's needed to be a little bit more. Like that was a hard thing to pivot on, and then be like, and now we're never going to talk about it again. All right.
They brought it up in court a little bit, but yeah, was it much? Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're right about that one. I'll give you that. One kind of final thing I want to talk about.
Okay.
In terms of music in this one, two very interesting songs in the movie. I don't know if you caught them or not, but yeah, Missing Pieces from Jack White's, I think solo debut, Blunderbuss.
Okay.
The song Missing Pieces.
Okay.
And because it's 2013, what was the most popular song of 2013? That's right. Somebody That I Used to Know by Guer-May is in this movie.
Was it? Man,
yes, it was.
I feel like my brain just like shields me from that.
Yep. So, I mean, this is locked into a time period. Jack White goes solo. Somebody That I Used to Know, biggest song in the world. Incredible.
It is a soundtrack. Would the Why I Hate This Album guys, would they take that on? I don't know.
There wasn't really a soundtrack per se to this. It was more like songs that happened in the movie.
that tracks a lot more, I think.
Yes, I agree. But yes, I was like, oh man, no way, that's crazy. I don't know. I liked it. It really puts it in a time period. Like for me, musically, like, yep, I get all that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Any other things you'll talk about before we get to the final cut here?
No, I'm not really. This movie is surprising. It's an hour and 40, but it feels longer.
It did feel a tiny bit longer. I agree. Yeah. I think maybe it's the middle was a little.
Well, yeah. And I think it's because they packed there's so much like stuff going on, but it's not wholly consequential. Like, I mean, we're already starting like from the get-go. Like most movies, it's like you don't really start learning about Mama until like halfway through the film. This one is like pretty immediately. He's already like the therapist is already like digging into it, doing the investigation. Like we already know the Mama's like actual name by like the 15-minute mark or 20-minute mark of the film.
Yeah, it might have been a little after that, but it was
not by much.
Yeah, it was interesting. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the mystery part of this is the weakest part for me.
Yeah. I agree with that. All right, well, look, we've said what we're gonna say about this one. Let's get into the final cut.
final cut.
Nate, do you want to give this a start?
Yeah, I'll give it a start. I just want to say that I watched the beginning twice. And the second time I caught that the license plate on the car when they get in the accident says number 1 dad.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. I just thought that was very macabre hilarious. This movie's good. I mean, the kids, some of the better kids acting wise. I mean, I cannot get over how well they did. When the little girl gets under when the younger sister gets under the older sister, when they're perched on top of the old style refrigerator when they find them in the beginning, is just creep city. Couple jump scares when they're kind of in the hospital, right, getting evaluated, obviously, from their massive isolation with just mama eating bugs and not seeing well. It was a good movie. Jessica Chastain is good. Jamie Lannister being in a coma, the more I think about it, is kind of lame. The mystery of who she is super lame and just almost other than how she died, almost inconsequential to anything. Like almost zero. Like she died here. That's all you could have known. Like the whole mystery could have been one sentence.
Mm-hmm.
And ghosts supposedly just keep doing the same things over and over, which is a very Guillermo del Toro kind of trope that he likes. But I just don't care about like ghost motivations very much. Mama as the surrogate mother and having feelings and things like that is the interesting part. Like doomed to repeat the cycle, blah, blah, blah thing. I care less about, especially because at the end of the movie, Mama has her baby, right? They find the baby, gives it to her. And then she's like, nah, fuck that. I like this kid still. And still goes and attacks people. So the ghost did do everything over and over again. It's ridiculous. I was going to give it higher, but I'm going to go down to a 6 out of 10 eye prescriptions. Good, solid movie. A little bit of tweaking on the mystery could have made this one like an all-time classic, but still a very solid, good movie. Yeah. What do you got, Mitch?
I'm trying to, and I tried to remember what I thought. If I thought about this movie change from when I first watched it, because when I first watched it, I don't remember liking it as much. And maybe because again, I think maybe I went into it thinking it might be something different than what we got. I appreciated it a bit more now. Again, I think the acting is so well done from everyone really in this film. There's no real bad actors. Even my issues with some of the story, to your point about the mystery, and I think this weird kind of thing of the ghost is protecting them until it's not, which is, and not that it's not trying to hurt them, but trying to be with them for that part was like, oh, okay. Felt like it was really just done just to ratchet up the tension, right? What I would say about this is I think this ending is a tough one for folks, right? Because if you're really into horror films that really leave you with like a sense of dread, so you're more of your modern ones, your Babadooks, your your Midsommars, your Hereditary, right? Like it's not a happy ending, but it is, right? Like everyone gets their version of a happy ending to some degree. But it's still real rough to watch. Even rougher, I feel like.
It's still very sad. Well, it's because in real life, that's what happens, right? Kids like go with the abusive parent and split up and have different motivations. Yeah, It was good.
Okay.
I don't know.
So,
I didn't think it. Yeah, it's good.
So anyway, I think that could be. It could be a good movie, but also a movie that you never want to watch again. And that's kind of where I feel like I sit with this film.
Fair.
You know, I don't think I felt that strongly about it when I saw it because I didn't have kids at the time. Now with kids, it certainly is. I'd be interested, folks, if our listeners out there, what y'all feel about it. Both kids and folks with and without kids. I'm curious if that how much of an impact that does make. It certainly hit a little harder. So I'm gonna agree with you. I think I'm going 6 out of 10. I don't even know what weird creaky walks like creepy walks.
There's just been entirely too much agreement. I don't know
let's hold your horses
this.
because we have one last voicemail.
Hey guys, Lisa here again. Just wanted to give you my final cut. I think this movie, from what I can remember, had good acting. I liked the main leads in this movie, and I think the kids did a fantastic job. It is, to me, truly terrifying, and I will do my damnedest to never watch it again. So I'd probably give it a 3 out of 10 butterflies. So don't know if that's disappointing to you guys or not. Bye.
Not disappointing, but
I'm disappointed.
You're always disappointed. I appreciate that. She, even without being here, I think we all kind of thought the same thing around the acting and the kids and all that. So interesting. There you go. I kind of agree. I mean, I think if you're an unsuspecting victim, this is not going to be a fun film for you by any stretch. It's barely a fun film for.
But it's not super gory or anything.
No.
It doesn't have that.
No real gore in this. There are some on-screen deaths, but they're not nothing egregious.
They're just like, it goes dark and the witch, mama zombie thing, like runs toward you and then they're dead. But
there's some scary basically if it's Ring-esque thing creeping out at you or creepy walk, and there's a really cool scene with the flashing lights, but all right, well that's gonna wrap it up for this week's episode. Nate, where can they find us?
You can find us as always, and give Mitch your opinions about his dislike of Pacific Rim, which I did not know about until this. And your thoughts on Guer-May del Toro's kickoff of Mother's Day, and again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Mm-hmm. Let us know at TX Pod Massacre on Twitter, Texas Podcast Massacre everywhere else. 346-246-3143 on the voicemail. Thanks for the voicemails. Thanks for the hilarious leprechaun in one corner, none in the other corner, murder Avengers universe of killers. Send us that stuff. We enjoy it. And give us 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or the podcast platform of your choice. We'll put your movie on the list. Slither on the list. It's on the spreadsheet, so it's official on there. Gretel and Hansel, let us know.
All right, from all of us here at Texas Podcast Massacre, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week for Guer-May del Toro. And the week after, at least it's going to hate this month.
Yeah, she's not going to like it.
No, well, for Lisa and for all of you, just keep telling yourself it's only a movie. Good night.